Class example 2.3.2, determine the greatest common factor of each pair of terms. So we're moving on to a little bit more complicated here because we've got more than just one variable. I'm going to go slowly for these two, and then you'll hopefully catch on by the next class example that we can go a little bit quicker. So I've got the number 5 and the number 15. I need to find out what is common between these two. I've got m squared and a single m. So you can see m squared here, and an m there. And then I've got one n in the first term, and I've got two n's in the second term. Okay, so I'm sure that you can see that 1 and 5 are the two numbers that are going to multiply evenly into 5. We've got 1 and 15 and 3 and 5. So I can see 5 is going to be the greatest common factor for the numbers themselves. Here I've got two m's. I've only got one m in the second term, so I can only actually take the highest number of m's that will be common between those two terms. That's one m, and the same thing happens with the n's. I have two n's on one term and one n in the other term, so I can only actually use one n. So the greatest common factor between 5m squared n and 15m n squared happens to be 5mn. Okay, the next one is 48ab cubed c and 36a squared b squared c squared. So we're going to break it apart again. This time I'm going to first deal with 48 and 36 because they're quite a bit larger than 5 and 15. We know that's 1 and 48, 2 and 24. That was going to be 3 and 16, 4 and 12, and 6 and 8. Okay, for 36, we get 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 3 and 12, 36 over 4, 4 and 9, 5 doesn't work, 36 is 6 and 6. Okay, so we're looking for the largest number. It's not 48 or 36. It's not 24 or 18. It's not 16, but I can see 12 is the greatest common factor between 48 and 16. So I've got 12. Now, instead of writing out all the letters, because we're kind of getting the hang of this now, I see I have one A here and two A's there. What's the maximum between those two? It's only going to be a single A. Here I have three B's, and here I have B squared or two B's. So what's the maximum number of B's that I can take out? Well, I can take out 2. Here I've got a single C and then two C's, or C squared, so I know that I can only take out a maximum of 1. So between 48ab cubed C and 36a squared b squared c squared, my greatest common factor is 12ab squared c.